Align and Distribute are settings inside Clip Studio Paint that let you easily arrange items on a file. Let's see what each one does and how to use it. Align places the object in different positions compared to the center or edge of a layer, canvas, or other guides. On the other hand, Distribute changes the distance between each selected layer, how they are distributed on the image. To use these tools, go to Window, Align Distribute, and the Align Distribute palette will open. Now, let's analyze each available setting and what they do. There are 6 alternatives to align, 3 for horizontal alignment and 3 for vertical alignment. You can align objects to the left side, align left edges, center, align horizontal centers, or right side, align right edges. And you can also align them to the top, align top edges, middle, align vertical centers, or bottom, align bottom edges. You can use Align with multiple layers and it will affect all of them simultaneously. Distribute requires a minimum of 3 layers and it lets you evenly distribute the objects or layers considering their horizontal and vertical edges. You can distribute top edges, which will consider the top edges of each layer, and you can also distribute vertical centers, bottom edges, left edges, horizontal centers, and right edges. Each of these settings will consider a different area of the object or layer when distributing it. By choosing Distribute Evenly, instead of considering the edges of each object, it will distribute in a way that they are equally spaced, vertically or horizontally. An important but often overlooked setting is Alignment Base. It lets you select what area will be the base of the Align Distribute action. You can choose Object, Canvas, Selection Area, Guide, or Auto. Choosing Object will operate considering the selected object. Canvas will consider the entire canvas area, while Selection Area only considers the selected area. Guide will use rulers and other guides as a base. In this case, I pull the guide from the ruler bar, and now the Alignment Distribute will consider this guide as a base. The Auto setting will depend on the canvas and number of objects selected. When Auto is selected, it will show inside the palette which method is being used. If you have multiple elements that you want to align as a single object with something else on the canvas, you should use layer groups. While selecting individual layers will align each layer to the specific placement, selecting an entire folder will keep the layers glued together, as if they were a single object. Here you can see I placed all layers for the character inside one folder. And now the entire character moves when I choose one of the alignment options. However, if I ungroup those layers, now each layer will have its own base and align separately. Now let's see how to use Align and Distribute in real paintings. Let's say we have this image here and we want to add text that is centered on the canvas. Instead of trying to align it manually, simply select the text layer, go to Align Distribute, and tap on Align Horizontal Centers. Another way to use it is when making comics. If you have multiple characters and you want to distribute them equally on the bottom area of a panel, simply make a selection of the panel, then select each character layer and tap on Align, Align Bottom Edges, then Distribute, Distribute Horizontal Centers. When making backgrounds, you can use Align Distribute to evenly distribute and align windows on a building, exactly how a pro does. Follow these steps. First, duplicate the window layer by tapping and holding next to its name and selecting Duplicate Layer. Do it 3 times so you have 4 windows. Step 2. While selecting all windows layers, place them all in one same spot and resize the windows so they fit the building. Step 3. Make a selection of the wall, giving it space so the windows aren't placed on the edge of the wall. Step 4. Select each window layer by tapping the check mark next to its thumbnail. Step 5. Go to Align, Distribute, Distribute Horizontal Centers. Now the windows are all correctly placed. You can even duplicate this group if you want the same windows on the ground floor. Give it a try!